I only ended up 4.66 on the Garmin, so that was disappointing. Just doing a little warm up before 5k race. Just been sitting watching the marathoners and half marathoners finish. A lot of downhill in this, especially the first kilometre of the 5k. Just running over it now. It's warming up too. Not that I think it'll. Don't think it'll be too much of a hindrance. So just a little 10 or 12 minute slow jog, warm up, get the legs moving. Four, three, two, one. 5K, we will now for 5K.
Come on, husband! Woo! Go, husband!
Hello, wifey.
You got this! You're nearly at your final bridge! Well done! Woo! There he goes.
Just doing a bit of a cool down after that race, and let's get it out of the way. First up, course was short. It's a bit annoying. I only ended up 4.66 on the Garmin, so that was disappointing. Really hard to make a comparison with the other 5k race I did as part of the Maffetone method. Really all I can judge it on is pace per kilometre, and the fact that there was a few hills in this run today which did affect me, I think, overall. But we'll go through the race in a little bit. I'll just get this cool down done. Just going to do 6k and then head back and meet up with Trish. Trish did a heap of motivating today for the marathon. Good to see her and Tracy out there. I was doing my 5k, or supposedly 5k. They were out there with Al. She was also motivating. So the three of them. That's something they do every year for the marathon, and it's greatly appreciated by all the runners. They do a fantastic job of just pepping people up in the last stages of a marathon. So it's a great job by them. Cool down done. So let's dive into this race recap. There we go. First race in this 80-20 training block, done and dusted. Just throw that medal up here. It's Monday, so Medal Monday, day after yesterday's race there at the Brisbane Marathon Festival. So in this video, just going to do a very quick recap on that first race of this training block. Going to break it down into 5 components, guys. So I'm going to go through the course, the race, the result, the shoes I wore, and the comparison between yesterday's 80-20 training block race compared to the Maffetone training block race that I did a few months ago. Now, if you've been following along with the channel for some time, you know that I am doing this project, MAF or 80-20, which is better for my running. An 11-week training block for both running methods, and have done the Maffetone training block where I did those 5 and 10 kilometre races, and now into the 80-20 training block where yesterday was that first 5 kilometre race and the 10 kilometre race coming up at the Gold Coast Marathon Festival in about 4 weeks' time. So let's dive into yesterday's race recap. Okay, let's get this out of the way first. Yes, the course was short yesterday. For me personally, a little bit annoying because I was really looking forward to comparing the 5 kilometre races from the Maffetone method with the 80-20 method. Look, was it meant to be? Not disappointed. Really, the overwhelming feeling is of being thankful and grateful to the race organisers, the event director, the volunteers, everyone involved with yesterday's Brisbane Marathon Festival that all came together and put on the event after missing last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, so look, so it was short, so be it. It was still a really good morning. And just as a little sideline, the marathon actually attracted a Hollywood actor, Colin Farrell. Colin, seen here, finishing the Brisbane Marathon in 3 hours, 53 minutes. He's out in Australia at the moment, filming a new production, 13 Lives. It's a movie about the 12 young school children and their coach who were trapped in a cave over in Thailand some years ago. Hollywood comes to Brisbane Marathon. Now, the race itself, it started at 10:30 a.m, a little bit late, and it did get a little bit warm by that stage of the morning. And also in the last video too, guys, I did say that the course was reasonably flat. What I did forget was the Goodwill Bridge, where there is quite a decent rise up and off the bridge. The course included going over and back twice, so it became a little bit of a test, especially in the last half mile heading back to the finish. Now, I was fortunate, I was able to position myself right up at the front, behind so many young kids, and these kids are just so fast. I can't believe it. You know, we've got kids that are 10, 12, 13 and 14 who are running, you know, low 3 minute per kilometre average, just incredible. And they just took off from the start. I got a really good start, clear air from pretty much the get-go. We ran down a little bit of a small hill to begin with. We did a loop around the Brisbane Botanical Gardens, popped out onto the Goodwill Bridge, over the Brisbane River, into South Bank, along the river, down to the Brisbane Wheel, that's the big Ferris wheel, turned around and then back to pretty much the start area at the river stage there at the Botanical Gardens. Now, I got into a really nice rhythm early on, ticked off a couple of good kilometres early. The first 2 kilometres were around the 3:55 per kilometre average mark. Actually increased it in kilometre 3, 3:47. Was running in a good little group. We sort of were working with each other. The turnaround really did start to feel that increased pace from that 3rd kilometre. And okay, so the result, 18:07 for that 4.66 kilometres, an average of 3 minutes 53 seconds per kilometre. Look, overall, pretty happy with that, but I'm still struggling to get comfortable at that top end pace. First 3 kilometres were good, reeled off 3:55s, 3:53 and then a 3:47. But after making the turn and coming back, I just really felt like I was struggling to maintain that sort of pace, and still struggling, and I've said this in the last video too, but I'm still struggling to come to grips with the increased pace as part of this 80-20 training block. Now, I'm not sure why that is. It's because I'm getting older. yeah, I just don't know. So, but look, overall the result, pretty happy with it. I didn't feel like I was really slowing down all that much in the run, and I still felt like I had a decent sort of kick at the finish. Overall, reasonably happy with that run, but I've still got some work to do if I want to match or even better the 10-kilometre time that I did in the Maffetone training block in this 80-20 training block in 4 weeks' time there at the Gold Coast Marathon Festival. Alright, just quickly now, the shoes that I wore in yesterday's race, the new Balance Fuelcell RC Elites. Really dig running in these shoes. I probably didn't do them justice in yesterday's race because I wasn't able to hit that really top end pace that I was looking for, but really comfortable to run in. Really do feel like they give a nice kickback at that faster pace. And I think I said in the first time I ran in these shoes that they just felt effortless to run in, and yes, same again yesterday, but I just would like to be running a little bit quicker. Really looking forward to running that 10-kilometre race in these and even stretching them out to a half marathon. Alright, finally the comparison between the Maffetone Method 5-kilometre race and the 80-20 5-kilometre race that I did yesterday. Very similar results. The Maffetone 5-kilometre race was a lot flatter course, was true distance, a 19:36 there, and that's what, about a 3:55 per kilometre average. And yesterday's race, well, being only 4.66, can only compare the average time per kilometre. So yesterday was a 3:53, so a 2-second improvement per kilometre from the Maffetone method to the 80-20. Different course elevations, different shoes as well. With the Maffetone race, I used the New Balance Beacon version 3s, and obviously yesterday I used the RC Elites. A 2-second improvement in this 80-20 training block compared to the Maffetone training block. Look, I'm going to take it because, as I've said earlier in this video, I have struggled to really be comfortable at that faster pace. It's just taking the body a while to adapt to that faster pace. If anything, I probably feel like I didn't fatigue as much as I did yesterday, as in comparison to the Maffetone race back in March. Felt like I finished a lot stronger, feeling a lot fitter now in this 80-20 training block than I did in the Maffetone training block at the same stage running that 5-kilometre races. So did the Maffetone 5-kilometre race about 6-7 weeks in, and have replicated that here with the 80-20 6 or 7 weeks in. So 4 more weeks to go in the 80-20 training block, heading towards the Gold Coast Marathon Festival, that 10-kilometre. Okay, so that's the race recap from the 5 kilometres as part of this 80-20 training block that I'm doing. If you've made it all the way through to the end of this video now, guys, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment or share this video with your running community. And yeah, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button too. Would really appreciate it. Alright, hope everyone's running is going really well. I'm out of here now, guys, so stay safe, happy running, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hooroo.